Welcome back to Guild Wars 2 Wayfarer Foothills. Continuing where we left off, over here, near hare or rabbit or whatever you call that thing with giant ears that supposedly hops around, we gotta go. Run by the jackalope. That's part of the dynamic event. We're ignoring that. Mainly because I don't feel like defending an NPC who can't defend itself right now. Because in the Norn, there are unique things. Over here, not only are there minotaurs, which are just great. You see these things. These Jotun. Guess what? There's a point of interest over by the Jotun. In fact, in their home, you could say. Because this is where some of the Jotun live. Good luck with that, if you're not certain classes. There is something back there, though. If you can kill the veteran Jotun, there's a chest back there. Contains some very, very, very nice things, but we're not quite so worried about that. They also apparently are big Star Wars fans and built shield generators from Empire Strikes Back. Excuse me. I should have just said the episode number. I knew that first.
Pass this along to the pale tree.
There's something in here. It's a jumping puzzle. Has some fights in it, nothing veteran, a chest in it, and an achievement. Go wild. It's actually fairly straightforward. But we're not doing that either. We're continuing north to the hot springs, which is always interesting. We're going to be ignoring that. We don't want to accidentally pick up a skill challenge by accidentally helping. Now, we've just done a huge jump around a huge chunk of map. So we're going to be heading back south and to the east in order to try and get all the map filled in. Unfortunately, I'm going to have a little run-in over here with a veteran ice troll who was actually a bit of a pain in the rear to kill. As you can see, though, I'm chilled. I can't move very fast. Joys of being a melee class. You're the one targeted. But regardless of that, we've got a couple of fairly interesting things. Apparently, despite the fact everything's frozen and snowing, running water doesn't freeze. Which, living in an area like this, I can tell you that actually is true. But it's just a little weird to see that it hasn't frozen up, because it's not very deep water either. But there's a point of interest down here, another lodge. One we can't actually get into. That's just a little bit annoying.
Need something tracked?
There's a little quest over here, and it's a unique one. Pick up some snowballs, throw them at the kids, hit the kids with the snowballs. Also, stop them from doing... Well, I shouldn't say stop them, because you really can't stop them from doing anything stupid. Clean up after they're stupid. Bees, other villagers, doesn't matter.
Sometimes the bear in me just comes out. I wasn't gonna hurt him much.
Like I said, the Norn appear to be able to just transform into bear form. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure how. I don't know if that's a puberty thing. It's just all of a sudden they go bear, and they're actually pretty hard. They just have a lot of health. But we have to continue south and east to get a waypoint and point of interest. Yeah, you wouldn't expect these to be here, but they are. Also, wouldn't expect them to be near a vista or skill point, but they are also. Just gotta go north to get the point of interest. Now, if you're running the map all at once, get the vista and skill point now. They're covered in their own separate videos, so don't worry about that. But if you're doing it all in one, do it all in one. That's actually what I would recommend. But always kill the Sons of Svandir. And keep an eye out for giant javelin throwers. They hurt more than they should. We saw the vista off to the left. Point of interest is to the skill challenge is to the right. Point of interest is in the middle. Bing, bang, boom. Now, back at the little tiny village with all the wonderful children, I missed a point of interest when running through it. You see that lodge off to the left, the giant lodge? It's got a point of interest in it. Easy one to miss. With that done, we've got to go north. And you're going to start seeing a lot of players. That's because this is where people start congregating for boss farming. I have footage of this, but trust me when I say it's something you should see in person. It doesn't record very well. Just too many particle effects. It just kills my machine when I'm trying to record it. But this being a massive population area, events are going off left, right, and center. I mean, there's just everything's going on and happening. See right here, this guy, he has about I'd say probably about a 5-minute respawn rate at best. Because there's just so many people here that's just, the respawn rate's just so low. Admittingly, that's part of what you have to do to complete the quest. You have to kill Sons of Svandir on the road. Good thing he was there and not somewhere else. Same thing with these guys. Kill the roadblock. Yeah, right. Good luck killing that roadblock unless you're using ranged attacks. Like most roadblocks, they're nearly impossible to kill. Could also kill some spear throwers up near the road. Up on the high ground. Don't know why you would, but you could do that. That also counts. But now for a quest they didn't actually tell us anything about. Over here in these echo shield generators, there are some Jotun. These poor fellows want to trade. But they want each other's items more, which means you have to initiate a trade between Jotun in order to get Jotun runestones so that you can hand them into this priory guy and he can help decode ancient Jotun languages. there's a minor problem with that. I buy this. None of the 4 Jotun want it. This is the only time I've had this happen, mind you. So now I literally have no quote-unquote money from the Jotuns. Which means I had to start all over again. Having traded everything, we have 27 stones.
Most of my research.
Give them all to him. That fills in like 2/3 of our quest. I am serious. Now heading out north, actually east of that wonderful little town, there's some more points of interest we have to get. And when we get caught up in the wonderful event because the guy decides to spawn. What makes this map so populated is the low spawn time of the boss. He's on a 20-minute timer. 20 minutes. You can farm this guy 3 times an hour. That is an extremely low spawn rate. Unfortunately, I felt like killing some bears. Poor bears. They didn't stand a chance. Not even veteran Mama stood a chance against me. Oh well. It was worth doing, I guess. Worth checking out, at least. Always good to know where all the veterans are. Anyway, we're heading straight north, roughly, to get another point of interest. Over at a little lodge over here you will never have a reason to actually get. I mean, literally, you have no reason for being here. Ever. Doesn't matter what you're doing. What you're here for. It does not matter. And you can see that guy in the map. Guess what I just got caught up in? World events. This is the fight where the camera drops to around 7 frames per second. Which I must say is much better than we had during the Lost Shores event. Oh god, yes. But I completely skipped all that. You did not need to see a thing because, trust me, you really don't have to do a whole lot. You really don't. And it didn't help any of our quests progress. Now, there was a point of interest down there, which you should get. But other than that, no reason to go there at all. Unless you want to be part of the probably 30-40 people who are running this map. Not even running this map, they're just farming the bosses. We gotta fight Dragon Corruption. We don't have time to sit around and just farm.
I brought my ale down south because Kevok says he's all stocked up. If he's running low on customers, there must be trouble at the mine. Can you see what's happened to those thirsty miners? When you're through there, you'd help me out by drinking up Kevok's overstock to celebrate.
Yep, we gotta help some barkeep with his customers and mine. Do I have any idea why? No. Not really. That's the lodge up there, but first we gotta destroy some dragon corruption. Best place to do it is where the skill challenge and point of interest we need to get are. Which are over here. Corrupted ice, totems, flags, Sons of Svandir, Sons of Svandir's dogs. Destroy everything except for the ice worms. Those things are completely innocent in this whole thing, and thus don't count towards quest completion. But the wolves? Oh, the wolves do. The Sons of Svandir? Oh yeah. Corrupted ice elementals? I think they do. Easy enough to get. It really is. Get the skill point while you're here? kill the veteran. Do it all. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's all here, it's all concentrated. This is really where they expect you, I think, to complete it. By the time you run out, things have started to respawn. It tends to happen like that. Now you're gonna see people are starting to gather up towards the lodge. And the reason for that? Oh, it's plainly obvious. They've been raiding some ice worms. By the way, to complete the quest, you do have to pour water on some passed out customers.
I'll protect you.
And you know what doesn't count? This. Killing all the ice worms in the world. Now, it does count, but only to a certain extent.
The skulls will be talking about it for months, which reminds me of Plague of the Beast.
Now, here's an annoying one. That guy can't throw worth a crap. Literally. I've never caught a keg. I've never seen anyone catch a keg thrown by him. I literally haven't. Like I said, passed out drunks, pour some water on them, they wake up. Now the interesting thing is, if he runs out of kegs, and he will run out of kegs, you have to go fetch some more, because they're all down here. He can have an infinite supply next to him, so long as it's player provided. So you gotta pick it up, take it to him, and he will eventually run out if everyone just goes, "Hey, throw me one." See that pile? Someone spent all that time doing that. Bless these people. Bless them.
As Lion Guard, it's our duty to defend the trade roads to and from Lion's Arch. That's made somewhat difficult when one of our fortress havens is under constant attack by the Sons of Svanir. We've been so busy going on the offensive against Jormag's worshippers that we barely noticed the Char setting up operations in this territory.
Surging.
Yep. That's, where we're gonna be ending in about, a little while. But first, we've got that mine we need to investigate. Speaking of mines, who wants to bet that it's probably Dredge infested? Any takers? Oh, it's gonna be a little bit before we get there, because I'm gonna get a little bit distracted down here and kill a ton of Sons of Svandir. And a veteran Son of Svandir because he happened to be there. Him, I could care less about. We've got a mine to investigate. It's literally over here to the southwest. Just quickly getting my bearings and being like, where do I want to grab first? Well, grab the waypoint. Then the point of interest down here, which has some interesting things it does with the Crossroads Havens, that little town to the north, on a fairly regular basis.
Have desecrated Jorah's shrine.
And the mine. We could have gone straight west in order to get to it, but what would be the point in that? When the actual guy who gives the quest is over here. still got open bets on Dredge. Anyone? You'd be right. Kill Dredge, destroy their machines.
Adventure in a strange land.
Now what happened here is I stumbled in the middle of a dynamic event. Actually, the tail end of one dynamic event into the beginning of another. Apparently the Dredge have stockpiled all this ore. And, I just missed that event. It just finished. Oh, poor me.
That's enough slacking off. Get out there and get me some more.
So, we get the revive miners, kill Dredge, or participate in this particular event and pick up all the raw ore and give it to him. Also, this is the first place we get to see some gun turrets from the Dredge. They're actually fairly annoying. As you can see, they're marked neutral, but they're not. They're always aggressive towards you. Why they're not marked in red, I will never figure out. More towards Crossroad Haven. Hey, another event's going on. The Sons of Svandir have invaded. Someone needs to hold them off. Guess who happens to be the only player in the area? Yeah, I get to hold this entire town by myself, along with some NPCs. It's about as fun as it sounds. It's actually quite fun. Some people showed up near the end. Lucky them, I'd held it. If I hadn't held it, there's no way that town would have held. Could also, I think, have destroyed some roadblocks along the road. The Sons of Svandir are very fond of their roadblocks, even if they are just a chunk of fallen tree that collapses when shot with about a dozen arrows. No, I don't know how it works, but it does. And we had to come all the way up here for this waypoint. And now for the final stretch, which is 2 quests and the waypoints, and they're simple to get if you know where you're going. Avoid the Sons of Svandir, avoid the elementals, head towards the corrupted ice that's just jutting out of the land, because this is what Jormang does. He's an evil dragon, just corrupts everything, makes everyone happy, unhappy, and sad, and angry. And we're now in Svandir's Dome, which is where we want to be, by the way. Specifically, I'm going to be doing some help. What kind of help? I'm going to be helping some dynamic events go on. Specifically, the one that has us as aides to the Lion Guard take over Svandir's Dome. Which, to do this quest, you might as well just kill all the Sons of Svandir you can. I mean, that's literally the best way to do it. I don't actually think there's a way to do this one non-violently. Quite unfortunate. Having done all that, up in the dome, there was that. And then it summoned a bunch of Sons of Svandir, and then a champion thing that I had to help fight with about 2 other people. Oh, trust me, this thing nearly killed, actually did kill me, and nearly killed the rest of us several times. I have that entire footage, and I looking back at it, that thing was hard. I don't know how we survived, really. No chest, though. Oops. Someone forgot to put in the rewards for that one. I don't know who that could be. But killing Sons of Svandir, that's how you complete the quest. We've only got one more quest to go, and it's off to the east, actually. Remember that one when that line guard said the Char were setting up operations? He wasn't kidding. There is a Char setting up, quote-unquote, setting up in his territory. In their territory? He's setting up a Doliak ranch. And he needs some little babies captured.
Raven told me you'd be coming.
So we get to capture some baby Doliaks from under Mama Doliak's nose. I don't feel particularly happy about this one. This one can be done non-violently. See, neutral mob, try to capture baby, well, Mama gets mad. Now the baby runs around a lot. As long as you keep pressing the F key, you'll be fine. Mama Doliak gets attacked by some Skalk as well. Kill the Skalk. Capture the babies. You'll complete the quest. If you really don't want to attack Mama Doliak, you don't have to. You can just leave her be. Now, there's obviously a waypoint there because that connects to... Where does that? That connects to Diessa Plateau, I want to say. Yes, that has to connect to Diessa Plateau. Regardless, there is a point of interest and a waypoint we need to get. We'll be back for that cave, because that's where the point of interest is. In fact, I probably should have gotten it first. What this gives you is a clearer look at the frozen lake. I mean, just look at that. Hard to believe. So many people are on this map on a daily basis. Just here to kill that one guy. And, of course, the cave is infested with spiders. And giant versions of the glowing mushrooms we've been collecting, smashing, doing whatever with. I'll see you guys next time. This is Stomping Llama, signing out.
I feel good.